Welcome back. We saw the UC Santa Barbara women win the Big West Championship. What about the Gaucho men? They tried to take initiative themselves. They are into the championship as they will be going up against UC Irvine. I'm Bryan Fenley. Alongside me is former NCAA singles champ Jill Krabus. And Jill, let's dive right into the bracket and look at what our top two teams remaining had to go through to get to the championship. And Jill, UC Irvine playing the role of underdog here.
Yeah, they are, and I actually think it helped them that they had one extra match to have to go through to get to that final. I think just having that match play under their belt just increased their confidence going into that semifinal against Cal Poly, and now being able to get ready for this championship match against UC Santa Barbara.
The history of Irvine and Santa Barbara as far as the prestigious program's 16 final appearances since 2001 for UC Santa Barbara. The Gauchos really have built quite a fine program.
It's impressive. I mean, winning 13 of the last 19 championships, I mean, that's a very impressive number, and 6 straight as well. So it's going to be a task for UC Irvine to try and get through this title match, but as I said, they have that fire and that grit underneath them, so I think it's going to be a battle.
We're going to start with doubles here, and as we talk strategy, Jill, with doubles, I know you mentioned in women's about the need to come to the net and what a difference that is. What at all difference is there on the men's side, and is there any benefit to staying back, or are you more so thinking getting to the net is the prerogative?
I mean, most doubles matches are won at the net for sure. I think if you can throw in a variety, it depends on the strengths and the weaknesses of your team and your opponents as well, because the strategy of staying back could be something that is beneficial. So you have to kind of really try and think of those tactics and think about what the weaknesses and the strengths of your opponents are in order to figure out if you want to use that variety a little bit more. But I do feel like being aggressive and going after your shots at the net just applies that pressure and shows that you're looking for those opportunities to win those points.
To your point, Jill, channeling your inner Jill Krabus in doubles seems to be a good thing. With that said, let's get to the lineup when it comes to doubles as we see UCI and UCSB. What captivates your attention here, Jill?
Well, I'm definitely going to be looking at that number one doubles. I like UC Irvine's, the combination that they have with Costi, the graduate student, and the freshman Zamora. That combination, the experience with the fresh player coming in, I think is always an interesting combination. But they got a tough battle against Jordan and Brady, and also just feeling the momentum of the number 2 and 3 doubles, who has that, maybe a little better communication, a little better team spirit to really bring their team through to get that doubles point.
Well, we are now going to see what that communication looks like when it comes to one doubles. And it's Emmanuel Costi and Noah Zamora of UCI taking on Philip Jordan and Kai Brady, UCSB, in the white unis on the far side of your screen.
And Brian, just what we were talking about earlier about showing that variety, Costi and Zamora are choosing to stay back a little bit, trying to give themselves a little bit more room on the return. But it's really been Jordan and Brady. They've been using the middle of the court extremely well, just getting so many of these balls back in play, and they get so close to the net. I mean, that was a great dip shot there, so it was a tough volley for Jordan to handle.
To two doubles now, Ricardo Roberto and Matthew Saw of UCI up against Pablo Majan and Victor Krusev as they are within their first set of action.
And I love that both players at the net are consistently looking to try and get involved in the court, try and move. That's what we were talking about wanting to take control of that net. It's so important. Great movement there from UCI and good rallying from all 4 players. It's a really high quality point. Just that slight movement at the net gets the unforced error.
Now to check out what kind of movement at the net we're going to see from 3 doubles. Stefano Sorotiotis and Gianluca Branco of UCSB up against Lai Sharif and Ali Amiri. And of course, again, in white are the Gauchos.
Yeah, and I love that UCI is throwing in the I formation too. I mean, I like that UCI overall is trying to do a lot of different things. And so that just keeps their opponents on the toes. But UC Santa Barbara just serving so well throughout this match.
So a win in threes for UCSB as we go back to two doubles, and they have a match point surfacing with Roberto and Saw toe-to-toe with Majan and Khrushchev.
Yeah, and it's just a good rally. I mean, they were really just too strong in this number two doubles position overall, just super consistent. They did not give away a lot of free points at all, and that just applies so much pressure.
Such strong play at the net right there. A 6-1 set win for Roberto and Saw. So now it's 1-1 when it comes to doubles. But still, things needed to be decided on one doubles to see who takes that elusive doubles point. Back to Jordan Brady up against Costi and Zamora.
Yeah, this is the one that we were focusing on. It's just such good tension that it comes down to the number one doubles. This was a battle. This was a very close set between the two teams. You can see just such high quality rallying and exchanges at the net, like the energy from Costi there, just bringing that fire to Zamora. Another good exchange here. I mean, just the angles, the way that they're able to move both players outside of the court. And it is Zamora, the freshman, will put that ball away at the net. Good energy, good communication between the UC Irvine doubles team.
And now you see good things happening with the Gauchos coming to the net. So they take the set in ones, 6-4, and by virtue of that, as we look at the scoreboard and how things stand after the doubles portion is completed, it is UCSB, Jill, with the early lead, 1 point to love.
Yeah, they were all, I mean, just the number two doubles, which was 6-1, but the other number 1 and 3 doubles, really tight sets. I felt like it could have gone either way, but it was UC Santa Barbara that came away and just finished off really well at the net. It was that aggressive play that got it done for them.
And Jill, now that we're done with doubles, what impresses you so far about what you've seen from that portion of play?
I just like seeing the fire from everyone, and I think that goes a long way, especially in these team events.